It was a long way to the south because of the challenges. I mean, the sanctions, even traveling, coming here, it's quite a difficult exercise. You are here now. What message are you carrying to delegates?
Oh, first of all, the flight was normal because the distance is long between our countries. But my main message that we have to be together. We're really comrades for decades, even from centuries. And the role of my country is to support all national liberation movements all over the world, because the rights of people to build their own future themselves without any teachers from abroad is one of the main possibility to build future, good future, best future for all nations all over the world. And that is why we'd like to establish new international movement, global, worldwide, devoted to block any kind of new colonialism, new imperialism, and all these destructive practice.
Russia currently is facing huge challenges. How are you managing to survive under these difficult conditions since the war in Ukraine?
Well, let me correct you a little bit. This is the war between Russia and the Washington world on the territory of former social Ukrainian Socialist Republic. So this is the territory where the American imperialism arranged the battlefield against my country. They arranged such kind of battlefields not only on Ukrainian territory, but now we're witnessing this struggling with Russia, American power, together with this NATO military organization. And their task is to destroy my country forever, because they know that my country is maybe the only country in the world which can really protect themselves fully, ourselves fully. Because we and the United States of America, we are both military superpowers, and this is well known. That is why American imperialism try not to attack us directly. They're afraid. They do not want to commit a suicide. And that is why they recruited a lot of people from different nations, including our Ukrainian neighbors, and sent them to the battle. So our problem, if we're speaking about this conflict on the territory of Ukraine, is how to keep lives of our neighbors, of our brothers. I have my relatives in Ukraine. I have my friends in Ukraine. We do not to destroy that territory. We do not to destroy that cities, nice cities like Kiev. I like Kiev. I like Odessa. I have my friends and relatives there. So we do not want to have ruins instead of that nice cities. And we have our common history. We call Kiev the mother of Russian cities. In Russia, Kiev, мать городов русских. Kiev is mother of Russian cities. So this is really, generally speaking, one people. And the attempts to split us, of course, is in these main reasons of the conflict. Unfortunately, Americans and the European satellites, they started that destructive operations much more before 2022. It started about the beginning of 2000s. And they established for this very purpose special Eastern Partnership, as they call it, to split former Soviet republics and to arrange these battlefields around my country. But you ask me how can we support ourselves? I can tell you, Russia is really the biggest country in terms of territories and in military terms, and in resources. Of course, we can do a lot by ourselves. We are ready for that battle. But certainly we are looking for cooperation with the majority, the global majority, with people who are also against imperialism, racism, fascism, all these forms of new colonialism. And I do believe that together we can solve these global problems ourselves, and we can together go ahead to the new future. So having such kind of goals, we have to win, and we shall win for sure.
And finally, the grain deal. Yesterday we saw the Russian Federation President Vladimir Putin saying that it will not be renewed. You know better.
Let me say it in such a way. We are not against the grain deal, this great grain agreement, but it must be implemented by all sides. Russia deliver our grain to the rest of the world. We are doing this now. We are not against delivering Ukrainian grain, but at the same time, the other side promised us to give us opportunity to receive money for our grain. They block our transactions. So it's a stupid situation. We send our grain not only for the countries of the third world, for poor countries, but for the rest. They received our grain, but do not pay us. I am speaking about countries of the European Union, and this is not only about grain, it's also about fertilizers and things like that. So we are not so stupid to give them possibility to foolish us more than 1 year. And the message of my president is very clear. We shall continue supplying our grain to other countries, to all our partners. And moreover, we are ready to do that freely to poor countries. But if the Western powers, the Western countries, European Union, others, they'd like to buy our grain or to have operations with our grain, fertilizer, they must pay us according to the international law. And that's it. So this is not about our assistance to the countries of Africa or Asia. No, this is not about that. This is about our communications, financial communications with the western part of the world, and that's it.
Is President Putin coming to the BRICS summit next month?
Ask him. Ask him, please. I am not, in this presidential administration, and I am not responsible for answering such questions, but I can tell you that we in Russia, we in Moscow, eager to improve BRICS organization and to support as much as possible during your presidency in BRICS organization, by all means. But the situation around Russia is such that it is not so easy for us to arrange such trips. Anyhow, we will receive information as soon as possible from Moscow. But we are and we will friends of South Africa, that's for sure.